they're playing very entertaining rugby. They seem to have a very good side, good squad. But unfortunately, they've that elusive win has eluded them, and I think they've got to go and try and get that monkey off their back. And they've got a fantastic opportunity now. The start of the Six Nations, I feel, the first game is massive. England-Wales in Cardiff. Whoever wins that game, I think, will do exceptionally well in the championship.
I think it's vitally important for Wales to have confidence, as indeed the other teams will be trying to do the same thing. But to have confidence from winning. Winning becomes a wonderful habit, and I think it's something that's been missing from the Welsh performances in the last year or two.
I think it's going to be tough. I think it's certainly a lot closer run than it has been for a long time. If the autumn series and everything else takes into account.
I think that probably there'll be a bit of a dog-eat-dog in this championship. So I can't see any outright Grand Slam winners. But Wales have got a very good side that we've seen during the autumn internationals. They can't quite finish it off, so they have to be a little bit more lethal in their finishing.
Ireland, Wales, France and England are close, and any one of those could win the championship. Scotland need to score tries. They've got a great scrum, they've got a great defence, but unfortunately the problem they don't score enough tries, and they're always going to be in a dogfight, whereas against Wales, England, France or even Italy, they need to score tries to get away from size, and unfortunately they don't do it.
When you look at the teams, you've got the likes of Ireland that are always thereabouts, very experienced side. The only problem with Ireland is when they get a few injuries, they lose their consistency. But we've got them at home as well, which again is our advantage. But they are going to be tough. They are going to be, come first or second at the end of the Six Nations, I imagine. England, I thought played very well in the autumn games. Certainly against Australia, they look to be playing really effective rugby there. Good combination, good forwards at the moment. I think they've had a few slight injuries in key areas, but you can never write them off. Again, our home game, which gives us a little bit of an advantage, and that's our first game as well, so that's going to be really tough. France, what can you say about France side? It depends what French side turn up on the day. World-class players, world-class team, just very difficult to predict, both on and off the field. If you're a betting man, you don't bet much money on France, because they could turn up and win by 60 points, or they could turn up and lose by 50 points. So, but again, deadly side, and it's going to be difficult, especially playing out in Paris as well for us. Scotland, again, we've got to go up to Murrayfield, very difficult place to go and play and win. And Scotland certainly seem to be a team that, when push comes to the shove, when they're under pressure, they seem to perform and pull out their hat. So it is going to be tough. Italy as well, are a side that progressing year in, year out. Again, I don't know what kind of squad Italy are going to bring. But again, on their day, never a side that lie down and give up as well. So, and there's us, of course. Perhaps didn't have the best of autumn games. Probably could have, should have, and nearly beat South Africa, Australia, South Africa, and New Zealand. Even having not played that well, but on our day, I'll still say that we can beat anyone. So, yeah, it makes for a good Six Nations, really.
It's going to be very, very interesting, closer than maybe any other tournament that's been. So it's but the first game is crucial.